Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, this is to show how I have my library kind of set up. Here you can see I'm running it on the Mac. So what I ended up doing is I have one external hard drive and created 2 drives here. Alright, one is audio, one's miscellaneous. The one that's miscellaneous is set up as FAT32, so that way I can use it on a Mac or a PC. Alright, let's open this up. And this is where I have all my Serato, iTunes, and everything. Alright, so let's see. So now you can see I have an iTunes library for PC. I have iTunes Serato, and then this is my universal iTunes library. So this is the actual library I have for a Mac. So I can plug it into any Mac and then open up the option to choose my library, and then this is where I would go to pick it out. Alright, this iTunes Serato is a folder I created with all my music. So you can see all my music is in this folder. So let me show you. You want to go ahead, open up iTunes, and then to create a new library, just hold down the option button and then open up iTunes. So here you can see what I ended up doing is name, artist, albums, genre. This is what I was talking about, genre. Setting it up into whatever genre you want. See, acapellas, house, alternative, classic house, all kinds of stuff. Now what you want to do though is in preferences, you go to advanced, and under general, this is where you tell iTunes where you want to go, where you want to set up your library. So when you want to do it, just hit change and tell it where to go. So for me, I went to my miscellaneous because that's the name of my hard drive. iTunes Serato is my folder, and now everything goes in there. It doesn't have to sit on the hard drive on your computer. So I have mine going to my external. Here I checked off keep iTunes music folder organized, so that way when I do something in Serato, it'll update it in iTunes. Okay, and then copy files to iTunes music folder when adding the library. So that kicks it into the library, my iTunes Serato library that I created, which sits on my hard drive. Anytime you import something in from, whether it be somebody's MP3 or off of your desktop, another hard drive, whatever it is, it'll default into this folder. So it's a nice way to keep things organized. So let me open up Serato here. Right now it's just going to be defaulted to the player, since I don't have, or maybe it is connected. We're about to see. Okay. So there it's loading up of the crates. This player is the one you see on the TTM 57. So still loading crates. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let me show you the library. So what I did is, this is what I said, I created one folder called the house. Within that house folder, I created a new folder down here, and then just went ahead and then dragged it into my house folder to give me my subcrates. Alright, it's pretty simple. So here you can see I have classic, disco, acapella, house, miscellaneous, electronic, vocal, smooth house. All of these subgenres fit into my house folder. So you can see here. So let's say classic disco. So you can go ahead and see everything is here is classic disco. So what I did is in my genre I created disco. Let's go to electronic. So here I created, when I went into electronic, I called it house because that's where it sits in. The main one is house, and then electronic. So everything in there is just electronic. So it's an easy way to go ahead and divide things up. So same thing, smooth house. So just went ahead, house, and then smooth, so that way I can easily find it whenever I want to. And all of it sits in the house. So if I click back on house, here it will give me all of the house. So you can see classic, house, classic, all of it, all of the house tracks that I have sit in that one folder. What else? So that's kind of how I have my crates and sub crates set up. Still got to work on my hip hop one, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. So now let's put that down. In iTunes, that's how I have my genre set up. Here you can see acapellas, classic house, acid. So if we went to house, that's a lot of hip hop. There's the house. You can see house, deep. So this would reside in the deep house crate. So it's real easy to go ahead and figure it out. So like I said, what I'm doing is I keep the iTunes folder set, the iTunes just set up so I can help manage these things. So what I was saying before is, if I were to go ahead and make a change here, so whatever change, song, artist, whatever I did, okay, then I could go back into iTunes and then just highlight over it, and bam, it would show up if I made any changes. So if I went ahead and changed something here, for example, if I changed this one here, the name Blaze, and put Blaze, say 1. So then let's look for most precious. Okay, so then I found that one here. Remember, I changed it, I just put a 1 after the Blaze. So now let's see if it'll do it. There you go. It automatically created a 1. So that's what I mean by keeping it organized. So any changes I do in here will automatically pop up in iTunes. All you gotta do is highlight it though, and then bam, it'll recognize the changes. That's why we went into preferences here and told it to keep the iTunes folder organized. Alright, that should be about it. That's about it. Here's my little setup. Got my 57. There's my external hard drive. And as you can see on the external, it has all types of USB, Firewire, 800, 400, it's all there. It's nice. I've had no problems. Got my synth over there. Got my MP right there. Got some artwork there. 002 AMT, that's a VT 737, boys. Got a mole over here. Got my NS10s for some nice monitoring. And then got a MacBook and a Dell that I use for Serato. Alright,